So Shannon Sharpe was supposed to make an announcement on Friday that he was joining ESPN's First Take, from what I was told. My mind just blown, because I had no problem with him going to ESPN, but there was no way, shape, or form I could see this guy going through what you would call another debate show, and being allowed to do that with a non-compete clause. Because normally when you have a buyout, there is an agreement that's made. And in that agreement that's made, there's normally a buyout included. A major buyout. Hit the like button, good people, because we're about to get into the sauce. You see, here's the problem that many don't know. So I got a straw, that means I'm ready. I'm like, how did Fox ever let this happen? Shannon Sharpe would have to have said, keep the money. I want to just be released. He gave up the money. That's the only way a non-compete clause would be allowed, if he was willing to just give up the rest of the money in this buyout. Because I can't understand why Fox would allow that. They must really wanted him gone, or really was at wit's end with Shannon. Now Skip fought to keep Shannon Sharpe on the team. In the end, he was fighting to try to keep Shannon Sharpe there. But the relationship with Skip wasn't good near the end, and you could tell from the episodes they were just going through the motions, and Skip was just trying not to antagonize or upset Shannon Sharpe even further. So as the show progressed, it was getting worse and worse. The episodes were just mostly pro Shannon, and the dynamics have changed. But now, Stephen A. Smith is he looking like the doggone Grinch that stole Shannon Sharpe. With that big old grin on his face. I got Shannon Sharpe. He did that whole podcast to make a big announcement of no announcement, because nothing was done yet, and he jumped the gun. I just want to let y'all know, the bosses are talking, and I want them on First Take. Oh my God. We're going to see how much that plays out when it really goes down. Because see, Stephen A. loves to show people whose show it is. He don't share the spotlight. See, since the show has been his, he has hi-hatted everybody that sat in the chair. Max Kellerman sat there. He hi-hatted Max Kellerman the whole time. And yes, Stephen A. Smith, Max Kellerman is more blacker than you. Now, hit the like button again. Jay Williams is about to choke him. He's had countless people on that show that was ready to wring his neck. Malika Andrews said something, he checked her. Even then on the podcast talking about, I had to check her. You had to check Malika Andrews. Oh, he can't get rid of Molly. You see, they keep Molly on there because Molly, they look at her as just like, okay, she think it's because she's smart or she did some research. They just want to show your TNA. That's all they care about with you. Well, they ain't gonna get rid of you. They don't care about your brain. She keep trying to show she's smart. I'm like, you ain't smart enough to figure that part out yet? You think you smart? You want credit for being smart? You ain't figured that out yet? Well, so now the stages are getting set. Skip finna have Lil Wayne, Richard Sherman, and old Rachel Nichols. And they coming with Shannon Sharpe joining the podcast show. Now, we don't know to what degree is this gonna be, because I don't think Shannon is going to do every episode. I think he's going to show up to cover football and give analysis on football like one day a week. I think they found a way to finagle what's happening here as far as it not being the same type of show as he did on Undisputed. Finding loopholes to allow this to happen legally. Because I cannot see Fox saying, okay, go ahead and do another debate show somewhere else after we built you up. That just doesn't make any sense. So I can't see them going to a format where it's Stephen A versus Shannon Sharpe every day. Because Stephen A don't want that. Because Stephen A don't want to be committed to somebody he end up not liking because the fans are going to like them more. He was already jealous of Shannon Sharpe when Shannon Sharpe was on Fox. He only wants Shannon Sharpe over there to hurt Skip. That's it. He wants to hurt Skip. That's his whole purpose. Hurt Skip. Hit the like button, good people. I know y'all just got here, but hit the like button. The like button is free. The Cash App is Carceno, K-A-R-C-E-N-O. The Super Chat work. The Patreon is on fleek. Do they even use that word anymore, y'all youngsters? It's on fleek. So, it's on fleek. Now, let's get even more into it. I'm like, what the hell is this dude doing? Okay, let's get even more into it. Because I want to be clear. when they decided that this was going to be the direction they were going in, nobody had anything to say about it. It was all gravy. It was gravy train. But wait till they find out, till Stephen A. Smith finds out Shannon Sharpe is bigger than him. Shannon Sharpe is bigger than everybody they got on ESPN that's sat in that chair. Shannon's bigger than JJ Redick. He's bigger than Jay Williams. He's bigger than Max Kellerman. He's bigger than all of them. So you not finna come over there and big dog him. His ego is through the roof. It wasn't all Skip. See, that's another thing that people got the misconception about. It wasn't all Skip Bayless. Shannon Sharpe got real full of himself also. Okay? So it wasn't always him. I know people would like to believe it is, but it isn't. No way, shape, or form. So Shannon played his part, and as his stock grew and his ego grew, this is a man that never really liked social media. Now he's responding to fans, everything. He's posting. Right, he's feeling himself now. Now, right, Shannon Sharpe didn't even have an email. So this is a man that didn't even have an email. But now he's loving all this fame. He's loving the Uncle Shannon character and all this stuff that's coming along with it. So he's more bigger than Skip Bayless. He's rivaled Skip. So now you're going to have to deal with that ego, Stephen A. You're going to have to curb yourself because you're going to feel like you the big dog. Oh, you're going to try to make sure you like it early on until he bites your head off. And Uncle Shannon don't back down when you come with that. Nah. Okay, no. Now hold up. No. This is still my show. When he come with that, this still my show, cause you didn't went too far with him, then you gonna realize, oh, this is what type of party it is. Yeah. Welcome. Then everybody gonna be talking about Uncle Shannon. And Stephen A gonna be upset. Ain't nobody talking about him. Especially when he embarrassed Stephen A. And makes Stephen A look stupid on the show. And everybody's talking about it on social media. How they made Stephen A look stupid. Now his ego gonna be bruised. And he gonna have something to say. Yeah. Everybody knows what time it is. So the only announcement is that he's going there. My only shock is that Fox Sports allowed this to happen with no non-compete. I'm quite sure there's a non-compete clause. Either Shannon Sharpe would have to give up all the money that he's owed from the rest of his contract, waive that, so that he could go and say goodbye to a non-compete. That's the only way I can see this happening. Or they found a loophole in the non-compete contract to say Undisputed is not like First Take. First Take, I'm just going there as a football analyst to cover football, and that's that. That's it. Well, they have a lot of things they want to do with Shannon Sharpe. Like Shannon Sharpe's supposed to have his own sports show, and he's gonna appear on First Take to give an analysis of the games. So that was supposed to happen. As Michael Irvin is supposed to appear on Undisputed on like Mondays and basically they're mirroring each other, so it is a lot of cooks in the kitchen. It's a lot of people trying to restructure things. This is why Undisputed was gone for 2 months, saying we just gonna shut this down because we can't come back and it be a failure and not being ready or in place. We're gonna look pathetic. So they rebooted everything and said we gotta come correct if we're gonna come at all. So Skip shut it down. He didn't want to do the car wash thing. They were just gonna have people appear on the show every week until they get to the new season and get ready for the reboot. Skip's like, nah, shut it down. Nobody was testing right. They couldn't get anybody to really want to come work with Skip. They can't even get anybody to want to appear on the show with him. So Lil Wayne was the leverage that Lil Wayne's going to come in and do a day. And now Lil Wayne has finagled them. I told y'all on the Patreon, Lil Wayne getting over 7 figures just to come over and make an appearance just for like a segment. He's getting paid millions. The FanDuel deal is still in play. But see, ESPN just did a new deal with ESPN Bet. So now they got the Penn Entertainment had bought out ESPN, and well, they didn't buy them out. They did a partnership, so now they got ESPN Bet. So Shannon Sharpe's show could be on ESPN Bet. Because now Penn Entertainment got all that money. They can rival with FanDuel. So we'll have to see. But yeah, FanDuel, the show he had on FanDuel's in negotiation, or he can keep it all in-house. But we're going to see it when it all plays out. $100%. Well, I see everything the super chat messages say. That's the messages I see. When the super chat messages pop up, then I see them. So, yes, hit the like button, please. Penn Entertainment is broke compared to FanDuel. Well, they just spent $1.5 billion. So I wouldn't call anybody spending $1.5 billion broke. Mm-hmm. Hey. Yeah, that's what all the gaming networks now, the gaming world controls everything. They're going to dictate the sports shows. But now it's going to be a conflict of interest to have Woj sitting there giving you updates on players being out and injured, and when they have betting and stuff going on, that's gonna be a gray area. The Adam Scheffler reports, that's going against the gaming code. So how they're gonna restructure that? It's gonna be pretty interesting to see how this turns out. Fix has always been in. No. I think that you think Shannon Sharpe planned this all along? Well, if he did, it might not be what he wants in the end. For him, he got himself in a good position. Because he went from a no-name guy that people knew from just football and made himself into a popular person that all you guys know now. You guys weren't talking about Shannon Sharpe before Undisputed. None of you. I the one sat there and had to tell y'all that Shannon Sharpe was going to be what he did, what he was. The whole time, I knew. Before any episode even aired, I knew what this was going to be for him. Because I've seen it. So I know how Shannon Sharpe is and how silly he is with all his antics he did when they interview him all the time in Denver. He was always had the camera in front of him, always doing pranks, playing all the time. So I already knew Shannon's mouthpiece and the way he talked. So I'm like, oh man, when he started coming with these isms, man, my grandfather used to always say, boy, if a pig had a square butt, he would poop blocks. So he had all these sayings. What my mama used to tell me, what my grandfather used to tell me. Now, you're going to be dealing with some new people and you thought, like, hey, Skip cut you off all the time? Is that what you thought? You thought Skip Bayless cut you off all the time? Wait till you on Undisputed. Wait till you on First Take. That's all they do is cut each other off. Well, see, none of them dudes stood up for Shannon. But this was the best thing for him, because now he's got his freedom, he's got his voice. Now, for what this new media is, he's got his voice. So when he does Club Shay Shay and do one-on-one interviews with people, he's prepared. And Club Shay Shay is actually some of the best work he's done. Because he can actually be himself. He could be the real Shannon Sharpe. No, he began to cross the line a long time ago, and he stopped just saying let's go alone do the show. He started fighting back with Skip, and they would get real childish on the show. How long before Richard Sherman gets tired of Skip on Undisputed? How long before Shannon Sharpe and Stephen A are falling out? You see, with Stephen A, you don't have a fallout. He'll start looking at the numbers, and he'll see the show is doing great, but everybody talking about Shannon. And then he gonna say, well, I'm an executive producer. I don't really care. I'm an executive producer of the show, so, that's good for the show. I don't care. It's good for me. I'm still winning. He got to come up with a way he's winning, but if he gets embarrassed by Shannon Sharpe and it starts going viral, how he's getting embarrassed, he's going to start feeling different about Shannon. His ego is too much. When everybody starts saying, man, Max Kellerman more blacker than Stephen A. Man, Stephen A talking like a company, man, and Max talking for real. He talking about that realness, man. Why is Stephen He didn't. Well, you're not gonna like it either if somebody keep busting you out. Yeah, and then when T.O. said that on the show, he stopped the show. Wait, hold on, man. No, don't disrespect me like that. He's like, man, Stephen A. Max seemed more like it than you. Once he said that, social media. So Max just sat there and smiled and didn't say nothing back because he knows it. Because he can't stand it. So now Max was public enemy number one. Max had to go. What's gonna happen when everybody was like, man, Stephen A, you corny now, man. Uncle Shannon is what's happening. When that happened, guess what? He gonna want Uncle Shannon not to be on the show all the time. Watch, it's gonna happen. I'm not rooting on a downfall. I just know ego when I see it. Both men have an ego now. Shannon Sharpe feel like I got a mouth now. I can talk. I ain't one of these regular guests that you got come up here. I ain't JJ Redick and all the rest of these people who just starting to get in position. JJ just got another raise. Like I told you, they finna get these keys to the guys they want. You got a guy who has never did nothing for ESPN ever. Pat McAfee walks over and he got president of Disney and ESPN on a Zoom call every day going over the show. They look pretty chummy. That's incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, they look real chummy. Yeah, that's what they want. Because you would want that too. That would be your main thing is I want to get all these followers and subscribers. I want them all right here. cleaning crew left. House smell like pine oil, baby. And that's where you going. A pine oil. Pine oil heaven. That's where you go. Right there. Pine oil heaven. I had a choice. What was it gonna be? The phone or look at them. Got all the windows open. Snipers can just take me out. The rate they going, they got all my damn windows open. It's not what I like at all. Now, if I got Shannon Sharpe coming on one day a week on the show, or if it's 5 days, if they got Shannon Sharpe on a permanent 5 days, then they're in trouble. They are in trouble. Trouble. And the reason they in trouble, and get this, is because nobody else has their back. Oh, that's right. Nobody else has their back. This is it. This big move don't work. It's a whole lot of money going around and being passed out. And ESPN is in the point of cutting. So they've been trimming the fat all the way around the board. Now Malika Andrews has been getting lit up, but she keeps getting promoted. So we just told y'all everything about her yesterday. Oh, hand sanitizer. The promiscuous hand sanitizer woman. So we told y'all all about her yesterday. So she's been exposed to the entire world. Now, that's what I'm saying. If Shannon comes on there, I see him coming on Mondays to go over the football season. So he can spend 1 day a week on First Take, kicking that show off. Now, there are a lot of people making a lot of, claims. They're making a lot of remarks about where things should be and how things should go. Blah, blah, blah. Right? But persons such as myself, we seem to look at the bigger picture of things. Now, Stephen A. Smith has been in charge since 2016 when Skip Bayless left. He became the show. They renamed him, got him a contract, and they said this is the show. But he didn't have any creative control over personnel. Only in the last few years did they let him become executive producer. But he did not control personnel. They put Max Kellerman over there. He did not select Max. He knew Max was a bad fit. Will Kane was the better selection. But Max Kellerman has a name. Nobody knows Will Kane. Will Kane tested better. Because why? Will Kane is a conservative. He is a Cowboy fan, and he is the direct rival of Stephen A. Smith. That would have made Stephen A. seem black as hell. Stephen A. would have looked like Malcolm X standing next to Will Kane. I knew Will Kane was, and they was auditioning for the show. And the first time they tested him, they tested him live on the show. Will Kane was, you don't even know me yet. I'm like, oh, I know you. I know what you are, Will Kane. You the devil. So I knew exactly what Will Kane was. I knew the show. I knew everything they was going to do. It was clear as day. So Shannon Sharpe has already worked, and he's not the same Shannon Sharpe out there though. Yeah, anybody near Baja, man, I'm telling you, the valley, everything, man, get ready. Y'all got a Hurricane Hillary Clinton is on its way. Even though it's a category 3, you know, those winds are going to be crazy. So be careful and be safe out there, man. Mm-hmm. Well, things have gotten ugly. Very ugly. Because see, they got what they wanted. uh, what? Everybody's assuming what the deal is. The details of this contract is not out yet. Now we know he wanted to do a show on ESPN, and he was having a show on FanDuel. We don't know where he's going to put Club Shay Shay. Yes, he did meet with FanDuel. Well, a lot of people think things are mismatches. You know, everything is a mismatch until something happens, right? No one said, oh, this would be a bad look, or this is not how things should go. Um, All of these things, right, that they say, that's not a good fit. Those two don't fit good together. I base it off of their personalities and what we've already seen them do. Now, if there's an unknown, I can't judge that just by saying that. I can't. I can't judge that. Now, me watching Max Kellerman style, watching Stephen A. Smith style, I knew who would do what and how. I knew Max is bad, and I gave him a perfect example as of why when it first came down to it. The reason was simple. I said the reason this is gonna go bad, and I remember saying it, is because Max has no passion. Stephen A. Smith used my video, which had about 100,000 views, and he saw it, and he made sure ESPN brass saw it to make his argument clear. See, the audience knows. Listen to what the audience is saying. Read the comment section. That video got 100,000 views because they all see it too. Max gotta go. It's not a knock on Max. Max is too smart for this show. You see, that's the problem. You can't be too smart for the show. Max is too smart. He's better off doing a sports center. He's better off doing sports center than he is doing this. You see, that's the main problem. He has no connection, no passion. Who's Max's favorite team? He don't have one. He don't have a dog in the fight. That's like somebody arguing with you over basketball, and they'd be like, well, what's your basketball team? I like them all. They all cool. You're going to be like, oh, yeah, dog, you can't be in this argument. They don't even consider him. They look way past him. He out the argument altogether. He don't have a football team. He don't have a basketball team. How you gonna sit there and debate with Stephen A. Smith and all this? Stephen A. is arguing like he's passionate about what he's saying because he has conviction. And then Max is just like, well, you know what? You kind of got a point, so, well, that's not helping the debate. You try to play devil's advocate and say, well, let's play devil's advocate for a minute. No, he don't want devil's advocate. What he wants is a diatribe. He wants to go back and forth. He wants you to have some convictions and beliefs, and then the next thing you know, Max Kellerman comes out screaming at Stephen A. Smith. And I said, oh, Jesus Christ. He still don't get it. Passion and screaming and yelling is two different things. Just because you yell don't mean you have passion. You could be clearly calm, but have passion. So this is what people didn't understand. This is why Max wasn't a good fit. So I never argued with Stephen A. that he didn't fit. But Stephen A. reasons was jaded. His reasons was not because of the reasons I was saying. He just was like, that's what I'm talking about. He sees it. That's not the reason why. He wanted him off because everybody was saying how black he was, and he made him look like the Uncle Tom that was in the Uncle Tom's cabin. That's why. He didn't like that one bit. So now, as these brothers collude on how they gonna screw over Skip Bayless, the man, Skip Bayless, They both owe that man a lifetime achievement award. Because if it wasn't for Skip Bayless, Stephen A be somewhere working at Quiznos or something. What? Oh, my bad. You said no lettuce. Okay, no lettuce. Okay. No, we'll make you another one fresh. Yes. Oh, yeah, make another number 7. Yeah, kill the mayo, no lettuce. Yeah, I got you. I'm going to hook you up with some extra cucumbers. Yeah. You would have been over there. Shannon Sharpe would have been somewhere coaching like D1 football somewhere. Made him one of the doggone tight end coaches. That was the only thing in store for him. We brought in Shannon Sharpe to help you out. He be in South Louisiana State somewhere. Now what you want to do is get skinny on the post. Now, no, you gonna want to get tripped up. No, you'll get tripped up. Ooh, boy, you better watch that. Yeah, better watch that tongue now. Then you get that trip caught on the landmine out there now. Woo, yeah, you gonna have to. Ooh, you got to swivel your hips when you come off the break. Then you want to get skinny on the post. Yeah, so that the lineman can't measure up. So that if it wasn't for Skip Bayless, neither one of them would be where they are. Stephen A was fired. He was on an island. Shannon Sharpe, no job. Yeah, Shannon Sharpe now trying to rebuild his image. Since he was caught with Bootang, since he left Skip, man, he was out there piling it out with Bootang and got exposed. Bootang then got the boot. Now he out here trying to pose with black folk. I'm like, look at old Shannon. He a superstar now. Yeah, you can't talk to me like that, Skip. No, Skip, we equals. No, we ain't. Yup, you can't talk to me like that no more, Skip. Yup, I ain't been here too many years. You can't talk to me like that. Oh, contract says it's undisputed is mine. No, Skip, can't do that. I done told you now. I'm Uncle Shannon. Well, still my show. I pay your salary. Nah, don't. There you go now. Yep, see, you over there yapping like an old flappy old necktie. I don't wear ties ever, and I don't have to. No one can make me do anything. You act like I'm a bum, Skip. Well, it is what it is. What do you mean, Skip? You gonna replace me? Well, I ain't say that. You did. I'm in the Hall of Fame. I got 2 Super Bowls. Well, damn, 3. I got 3 Super Bowl rings. I went to 3 Super Bowls back to back to back. Who else done did that? I got a 3-peat in the NFL, and I'm a Pro Bowl. I'm in the Hall of Fame. You ain't gonna talk to me like I'm just a nobody. Yeah, You ain't never played the game, Skip. How you gonna tell me? I don't care. Tom Brady better than you. That's just it. He better than I'm better than you. And what? That's how Skip was. Skip don't care. Skip doesn't care about nothing but that show. Well, see, here's the thing. There was this slight movement about Nick Wright coming to the show. And Nick Wright was supposed to go ahead and get over there with old Uncle Shay Shay. Yeah, I got two of them 115s. Yeah, getting it up. Yeah, I gotta get that work in. Now Shannon gonna work hard. He gonna hit the gym. He gonna be professional. Look, next Monday it is. Sooner if I get bored. When should I announce it? You pick. This was yesterday, so I knew Friday he was planning on making an announcement. Saw this yesterday, everybody was sending it to me, and I knew he's getting ready to make an announcement. Skip Bayless is like, look, I don't care what y'all do. Yep. Look at that. No, a lot of people are not happy with the recent changes. You see? I told you Skip Bayless and Fox wasn't on the same page, and they got to make concessions. And Skip is not willing to make a concession. Skip is a fanatic and a perfectionist. He's a fitness nut, and he stays in shape. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. He competes at every level. He does not want to back down. This guy is not going to quit. This guy is not going to give up. He's going to keep pushing. So the Fox Studios got something to deal with because these are not the bosses. Let that sink in. Hit the like button, good people. I know y'all just got in here. Hit the like button. Let me explain this one more time to y'all so y'all can get it clearly. These are not the bosses that hired Skip Bayless. The people that hired Skip Bayless are gone. See, Jamie Horowitz came over and brought this from ESPN and took First Take and basically brought it over here. He created it. Then Jamie got fired for sexual harassment, and everything else went like, okay, we got a whole new team. So the old bosses are gone. These are the new bosses. Well, Jamie didn't want to leave. These charges that he keeps saying are false. He had a whole lot of stuff on his sheet. And they started knocking people off. But nobody here on the show remained. And Jamie was out. And they brought everybody from ESPN over to Fox. Then Rob Parker, who was suspended for a comment he made on ESPN, Skip Bayless was able to bring his boy Rob Parker back. So Rob Parker got a job because of Skip. Skip got a lot of these people employed to make millions of dollars. Shannon Sharpe would never be making the money that he's making right now if it wasn't for Skip Bayless. Him or Stephen A. Jim Rome is played out. Rome deserves to be on radio. Ever since Jim Rome got beat up and he came in there with that dyed cartoon like goatee he had on, which was ridiculous looking, I'm like, they got to move him to radio. I still remember when Jim Everett beat him up on the show. That was hilarious. I'll get a couple of segments out of you. Because he used to call him Chris Everett, the female tennis player, to make fun of him all the time. And it was the funniest thing is that he knew. They told him like, okay, he's going to call you Chris Everett on the show. And he agreed to everything just so he can get on the show with him. And he was like, Okay, Chris. He was like, you've called me Chris Everett a lot. But if you call me that again, we might have to go to station break. Chris. Check that, Chris Everett.
Good to be here, Jim. Thank you.
Check that, Chris Everett. Good to have you on the show.
You know what? You've been calling me that for about the last 5 years.
About 2 years, actually, Chris.
Well, hey, you know what? Let me say one thing. In that game, how many sacks did I have that we came back and won?
How many sacks did you
How
have?
many sacks?
This was back in 1989.
Oh, yeah, that was about
You
six.
may have even been Jim Everett back there, but somewhere along the way, Jim, you ceased being Jim, you became Chris.
Well, let me tell you a little secret. That, we're sitting here right now, and if you guys want to take a station break, you can. But if you call me Chris Everett to my face one more time,
I already did it twice.
You call it one more time, we better take a station break.
Well, it's a 5-minute segment, or a 5-segment show. We got a long way to go.
Well, we do.
We got a long way to go.
We do.
I'll get a couple segments out
Well,
of
it's
it.
good to be here with you, though.
Well, it's good to see you,
because
too.
you've been talking like this behind my back for a long
But
time.
now I said it right here.
Right,
So
exactly.
we got no
Well,
problems then.
I think that you probably won't say it again.
I bet I do.
Okay.
Chris?
Oh God. That's gonna be me and LeBron. He gonna be, you didn't call me a bum for about 5-8 years. I'll be longer than that. But I don't think you gonna call me a bum to my face. You wanna bet? You wanna bet? Matter of fact, you call me a bum one more time in my face, we gonna have to go to a commercial break. I mean, we ain't got a commercial break. We can roll right on along, buddy. Cause I call you a bum, and we gonna get the rumbling. Yeah, you call me bum one more time. Bum. As soon as he flipped that table, I'd have stuck him right in his mouth. I'd have stuck him.
Trafficking and possession.
No. No, cause see, shoot, are you kidding? Y'all must be kidding. Mm-hmm. Is Disney gonna play Shannon Sharpe like they paid, like Fox paid? Well, that's the difference. What is he gonna be doing there? You see, what are they gonna be doing? Is he gonna Mm-mm. No, that's what I'm saying. If he's only going to appear on Mondays, he might have his own sports show. He might pop in, just like they got Jay Williams, right? Jay Williams will pop in, and his contract is still up for grabs. He might not be back. Oh no. People, it's way, way, way different. Well, I feel like this. Well, Jalen Rose, he can be working for the Detroit Pistons. I mean, he's got options. They owe millions. Like Keyshawn, he just got like the whole rest of his contract coming, which is like he got about 18 million left in the contract. I know. You can tell when you've been fired. Jalen Rose looks like he just got out of jail. It looked like they doing an interview from the prison. Jalen Rose looking like, I ain't do it. And I want to tell my side of the story. How has it been for you, Jalen, since you've been released? It's been hell. My damn barber, it's hard to get in contact with him, but I still got a Chris lining. It was hard work. But I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be back on them streets. Ain't got Jalen Rose out here looking like the lady Doris Burke looked like she interviewed him. What would you done different, Jalen? Well, I guess I should have, just let Malika Andrews just go ahead and me to me, At least I would have had a goddamn movement behind me. I still got fired. Oh, man. I see that photo, I crack up every time. Jalen Rose looked like, help me, help me, help me. Yeah, it's the Detroit Pistons. This is the Pistons, baby. Bad boys. Look at them. They look like, this is his parole officer. Wow, I'm looking at these reports and it's looking real bad for you, Jalen. Yeah, I know, man. They done did me dirty. I ain't got no jewelry no more. I have to sell that. I ain't even got no watch. No rings, no nothing. Got to do something to get me out of here. Jalen Rose locked down. Jalen Rose lock up. Man. You gotta get me out of here. Now, my thing is, I'm still in shock. It's still hard for me to believe he's coming to First Take. It really is, because now him coming to ESPN, that makes sense. He could have his own show there. It could be a non-compete. I just can't accept that Fox Sports would allow their, basically this is their flagship program, to let their one of the co-hosts of it, or co-anchors, or whatever they want to call it, go over to their rival network on the show that rivals them and say, well, go ahead and do it. This don't violate your non-compete clause. Because I'm quite sure there's a non-compete somewhere in there. Rachel Nichols was not, and I repeat, Rachel Nichols was not, and I repeat, not one way, shape, or form. She was not a member and was definitely not supposed to be a part of Skip Bayless's Undisputed. Not at all, not for a minute, not for a second. She was not supposed to be part of the plan. Now, the plan changed because Fox got involved and Showtime. I told y'all that. Showtime has a part in this because they're attached to Fox. So Rachel Nichols has a podcast show on Showtime, and it is failing and it is trash. But they paid her all this money to come over. So they thought they had a jewel in the now because it's Rachel Nichols. And everybody know her from basketball and ESPN. So now they like, whoa, we got a splash. We got Rachel Nichols over here. But now her show is failing. We didn't put her on All the Smoke to promote the show. It's still failing. Nobody cares about Rachel Nichols. So we got to do something with her since we're paying her all of this money. Oh, we got an opportunity here. Let's put her in as a co-anchor. No one heard Skip debate a female. That's why he was supposed to debate Joey Taylor, somebody who was the moderator when the show first started. But they decided to make a change. And once they made a change and went in a different direction, they altered the show. And they said, okay, well, we're altering the show. Jen Hale wasn't even in the room anymore because Skip and moderators, man, he just don't get along with them. So Skip is old fashioned. You know, Skip be like, hey, shut up, turn turn the page. You just work the cucumbers, baby, and give me a coffee while you're at it, toots. You know. That's Skip. Skip could care less. Now, Not at all. And here's why. Because I want to be very clear about the whole scenario. When you look at where they're going now and where the facts of the case is and everybody involved in the big picture, and you look at the envelope and you say to yourself, okay, I see what it is that they want to do, what they're trying to do. I see the notions everybody is saying, but here's what you're missing. The big facts of the case that you're missing is that these people that you're speaking on are already established multimillionaires. They're getting paid regardless of how you feel or I feel or anything else. But Rachel Nichols is going to get her money, so they might as well use her for something. So Fox is like, look, you had your pick. We want to put somebody in there that we want. Rachel Nichols. She's an anchor, and then that way she's back on television. So they think that works better for them than just keeping her on a podcast, and that'll bring some attention to the show. We got Rachel Nichols. You remember Rachel, and it's like, don't nobody care about Rachel Nichols. But okay, who cares, right? But now Skip gets to debate a female. We get to see Skip Bayless in action debating a female analyst. Oh, that's going to be funny. We're going to see how long she's going to be. Well, Skip, you're wrong. I'm not. No, I'm not. Matter of fact, you were wrong when you said that in that hotel. I can't believe you brought that up on this show. Well, I did. And get me a coffee, black. Why yet? Yeah, Skip ain't gonna care. Yeah, Skip gonna hear that word. We're not talking basketball. It's football season. Maybe you should be quiet for 18 weeks. So you're saying a woman don't know anything about football? No, I'm saying you don't. Skip, baby. Yeah, Skip finna go home. Now, for them, the narratives always seem to change in a way that don't really favor them. Fox is in the driver's seat because right now they have the momentum of something new. They've gotten rid of Shannon Sharpe's contract, so it depends on how that's working out. If Shannon gave back the money to go on ESPN's First Take, this report has been out there all day today. I just have a hard time believing that, because that'll be so much workaround, and that doesn't even make sense to anybody negotiating a buyout. When you get bought out of a contract, there's concessions made for both parties. It's just like with Sage Steele contract, so it's like both sides got to get something out of the deal. Now, either Shannon Sharpe gave back the money and said, y'all keep that. I want my freedom to go where I want to go. And they said, okay. Or he found a loophole in the contract to say what I'm doing over there on First Takes is just as a sports analyst, not in a debate format. Skip and our show was a one-on-one debate show. First Take is an open panel show. If they find a wiggle room like that to where it's not the format debate show, and the lawyers can get that approved, because that's a whole lawyer thing there, where you got sports and entertainment lawyers that has to deal with this. So yeah, it's a massive process. Well, everybody wants to be valued. Mm-hmm. Well, the problem is Shannon deserves an Emmy. Yeah, I mean, hell, they gave one to Malika Andrews for disrespecting black people. Mm. No, I don't think in the long run, Stephen A. and Shannon Sharpe is going to work out. They couldn't do five. They could never survive 5 days a week doing a show together. Skip and Stephen A. Smith. No, it wouldn't last that long. Trust me. My thing is, would you want to see that though? Well, yeah. Well, this is what they. When people when people figure things out, they think they got the right answers for the show. And thank you guys for hitting the like button that just got here. But it's you find out a lot that go on. Everybody act like it's a big secret. Certain key details they know how to keep secret. But you got to remember, there's a lot of staff on the show. They're not celebrities. They're not stars. Hell, some of those people are making $30,000 a year that work on that set. $30,000 a year. And they're working on a Fox lot. And they're working on a shelf set. Some people making 45, 55,000. You know, it all fluctuates. So when you see everything breaks down in the way that it is, you're like almost thrown aback when you see it explode because you can't even believe it for yourself. Now, when the decisions start rendering down, most of these people, they go on reddit.com and post. Yeah, they'd be in the chat room talking on Reddit and was giving up key details that turned out to be true in a lot of these situations. Because most of these people do work in these areas and they just want to talk and have conversation with people. So that's what used to happen on these chat platforms when people used to have threads and they used to go in there and chat. But you knew most of the people were fake and just wanted to have conversation. But then you start seeing people who really were in the business. And this is before LinkedIn and all of these. It's like half of these people I know from LinkedIn. Well, most people, they put a limit on what other people can see, know, learn, the whole nine. Well, see, he's been curbing Boo Thang since he's been getting a negative reaction. Ever since I made that video, and everybody's been seeing him with Boo Thang everywhere. Now Boo Thang been pushed to the back, and he been taking his daughter everywhere. Now ain't nobody ever seen Shannon Sharpe daughter before until Boo Thang, and then he started leaving the show. And I want to bring up my daughter, and now the daughter been with him everywhere he go. He taking a picture with his daughter, changing the narrative, knowing this dude has been nothing but snow bunny heaven. Since he done had that daughter, he been in snow bunny heaven and he ain't looked back. Then he found Boo Thang. And then they said, well, at least he's black. At least he's black. Boo Thang. Man, it's people still ain't comfortable with what's going on. The Eagles and Browns. No. Well, we got a major, it's a major shift, but not really. I do believe he's going to ESPN. Not quite sure. Mm-hmm. I don't. I don't deal with anybody like that. Like, Shannon Sharpe knows football, but he also prepares. So he's gonna go in there for whatever they're gonna do the next day, unless it's some breaking news. Shannon Sharpe is gonna be prepared, and he's better at it than Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith don't really prep anymore. He's just a hack. What's up, Reek? Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it. Mm-hmm. The thing is, in this game, when you're lazy, you lose. No. You see, the problem is everybody think they special. They do. They have this belief. They have this ultimate belief that they're so much better than anybody else. Mm-hmm. Deshaun Watson sat out tonight, I think, and that was everybody's pet peeve. Absolutely. Well, Skip and Nick Wright, they that would have been a clash that Skip don't want. Skip like black and white. You know, he want to make sure that he don't neglect his black audience, and he don't think that two white guys sitting there talking about sports that's gonna alienate the black, representation of the thing because they talking about football and basketball and blacks love debate shows, but they don't like to watch two white guys sitting there debating. They like to have a brother involved to feel like they got the black point of view because it's mostly a black sport. That's what Skip Bayless understood. And they've been rolling with that formula everywhere they go now. They've been trying to recreate and just make duplicates of First Take, where they got black guy, white guy, black guy, white guy, black guy, white guy, black guy, white guy. I told you that's all they want to do because they got to have the black perspective on there. Even though Nick Wright be like, hey, I sleep with a black woman, I'm married to her, we got kids and everything. They can be like, yeah, but you don't count. So, and Skip be ready to punch him in the mouth, especially over the LeBron James takes. I can see Skip Bayless just choking him out right then and there on the spot. Well, Keyshawn Johnson he's in line to get about 16 million, I think, out of ESPN for the remainder of his contract. So if I know I got $16 million coming and I ain't got to do any work, I'm good. I might sit back for a minute and wait till something open up, give myself some time before I jump back into something else and enjoy my vacation, get this little break. I know I got this money coming in guaranteed. I'm built like Oliver Miller. Who in the hell you think you talking to? No, that's what I'm saying. Y'all, I don't know what y'all talking about. Cino built like a martial artist, baby. You probably bigger than me. Hell you talking about? Oliver Miller. Lost your damn mind. Did they just end the game in a tie? Somebody said they ended the game in a tie. When did? Well, I guess it's preseason. Somebody said they ended the game in a tie. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm ready. Gonna get ready to go over here to the memberships of my Screen Fiend account. Hopefully you guys been watching the Screen Fiend. So I'm gonna go over here and see what's been going on with my money and check my bets. My bets is on the line. Gotta go.